to our aquatic show today. But first, I want to learn a little bit more about all of you. By round of applause, how many of you are visiting Shedd Aquarium for the very first time today? Okay, great. Again, by round of applause, how many of you have been here before? All right, great. Well, thank you and welcome to Shedd Aquarium. Now, the month of February is very important for us here at Shedd. We're celebrating Corporate Family Days and Member Appreciation Month. By a show of hands, do we have any corporate partners or members in the audience today? All right, great. Can we get a round of applause for these folks? Now, here at Shedd, both our corporate partners and our members provide critical support for our daily animal care, for our learning programs, and for our conservation initiatives. So we do thank you for your ongoing support. Now, in just a few more minutes, Shedd's aquatic show will begin, but before we get started, I have a couple of small requests. First, this walkway where I'm standing on right now is closed. Now, there could be animals joining us on the walkway, so help us to keep you and the animals safe and remain seated. If you do need to leave at any point during the show, please do so up the nearest staircases to you. I'd also like to ask that if you've been to our gift store today and purchased any toys that light up, please refrain from using those in today's show, as it can be distracting for our animals and also for our trainers. Now lastly, one more quick question, and again by a show of hands, how many of you brought cameras today and plan on taking pictures during the show? Okay, great. Take as many photos as you'd like, but for the health and safety of our animals, please take a second right now to turn the flash off on your cameras. This is important during today's show, but also throughout the rest of your visit here at the aquarium. Great, thanks for all of your help. Now, without further ado, please enjoy Shedd Aquarium's aquatic show.
My name is Alex, and I'll be your host for today's aquatic show. We have a very special treat planned for you today. You're going to get a behind-the-scenes look at how we build strong relationships with the animals in our care. You'll see firsthand how we train, and you'll see how the animals' participation in this training contributes to their health and well-being. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to our training team. Before we get started, let's meet the trainers out there in the habitat, starting over here to the island on the left. Let's get a big round of applause for Madeline. There in the back, you'll see Paul, Kurt, and Tim. And finally, over here on the right, you'll see Rachel. Folks, you'll also see we're being joined by the Pacific white-sided dolphins. Now, we're going to show you how this training process begins. To do that, please focus your attention to the island on the back where you'll see Paul working with Cottrell. Before any training can begin, we first have to build a relationship with the animal. So let's see how that relationship is developed. You'll see Paul feeding Cottrell, giving her a nice tickle on the fins, and feeding her some more. These are things that Cottrell enjoys. We make this experience something that she looks forward to. After we build that strong relationship, we then teach the dolphins a very important sound, the sound of our whistle. We teach them that that whistle sound means thank you or good job. But how do they know that? Well, let's watch and find out. See Paul blow the whistle and follow it with some fish. Blow the whistle, follow it with a tickle on the tongue. Blow the whistle and follow it with more fish. By connecting that whistle sound with things the dolphins enjoy, they learn to enjoy hearing the sound of that whistle. Then it means thank you or good job. Now we can start playing some games. One of the first games we play is a game called targeting. The object of this game is for the dolphin to touch their head to a target. When we first begin, the target is a trainer's hand. Watch as Paul touches Cottrell on the head, blows the whistle, and follows it with a splash. Touch the head, blow the whistle, and some fish. Another touch of the head, blow the whistle, and a nice rub on the head. By connecting that head whistle sound each and every time, that tells Cottrell, good job for touching our hand. So now that she knows the object of this game, we can change the rules a little bit. What do you think would happen if instead of bringing that target to Cottrell's head, we held it this time above her head? Well, let's watch and find out. Now she swims up to touch that target. We can put that target different places. We can move it to the left and to the right, even use tools like that targeting buoy that you see Paul using right there. Now watch again. We're going to show you how we can change these rules yet again. We're going to give the signal for Cottrell to find a target, but this time the target's over here on the left with Joe. Joe slabs the surface of the water, and Cottrell finds the target over here. Now we say thank you to Cottrell with a nice splash of water, a little bit of fish, then we give that very same signal for her to find a target. This time the target's right back there with Paul. Paul slaps the surface of the water, and there's Cottrell to find the target again. This simple head-touching game has become a way for us to ask the animals to move to different locations throughout the habitat. But this is only one of the ways that we can train. After we build that strong relationship, we can do something very similar to what you're doing right now to train the animals. Watching them. Because on their own, these animals do some pretty cool things. If you look towards the center, you're going to see a great way for a dolphin to scratch an itch. Or look towards the center again. That's called porpoising, a great way to get a breath of air. You'll all see a dolphin showing off their speed and agility by swimming upside down and over here on the right. A tail walk or spy hopping, a great way to see what's going on above the surface of the water. Now whenever we see the dolphins perform these amazing natural behaviors, these things that they do all on their own, we blow the whistle. Does everybody remember what that whistle sound means? Thank you, good job, right. So when the animals know that we like something that they do, there's a good chance that they'll do it again. Then when they start to repeat this behavior, that's when we assign a hand signal to it to ask them to do it on cue. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to show you how that hand signal works together with the whistle. To do that, please focus your attention over here to the island on the left, where you'll see Madeline working with TK. Now in just a moment, Madeline's going to ask TK to swim to the center of the habitat and leap into the air. Now timing is very important, so watch for the hand signal and listen for the whistle. Here we go. There's a hand signal. Watch towards the center. Fantastic leap into the air by TK. Now did you hear when Madeline blew the whistle? It was at the highest point of TK's jump. That told TK that height was the most important part of that jump. But we can blow the whistle at different times, and that would mean different things. Say we blew the whistle as TK's body hit the water and made a big splash. That would tell TK that that splash is the most important part of that jump, and that's exactly how we're going to soak everybody right here in this section with really, really cold 55-degree water as soon as I get out of the way. Here we go. No, just kidding. We're not going to do that to you guys. Everybody else here wanted to see that happen to you now. I just want to let you know. We will blow the whistle, though, at a different time. I want you to see how this changes the rules of the game. So again, watch for the hand signal and listen for the whistle. There's the hand signal. Watch for the center. Here comes TK. One jump, but no whistle. Let's see what happens. She jumps again. Still no whistle. There's a whistle on the third jump. Have a big round of applause for TK. Now that you've learned a little bit about how we train the animals, we also want to talk about why this training is so important. Our ultimate goal when we train is to provide excellent health care to all of the animals that call Shed home. We do this by turning regular medical positions into games that the animals take part in. So let's take a look into the habitat right now and see if we can see any of those games going on. Take a look over here to the island on the left. You'll see that Madeline has asked TK to lie out in front of her, and Madeline is tickling and touching TK on the tail. This is the blood-taking position for dolphins.